Hello everyone and welcome back to a new video. Today I'm going to be reacting to the 10 best states in the United States of America for 2021. So this video was made by Word According to Bricks, which is a quite popular American channel talking about like which states are the best or worst in America. And yeah, I'm quite passionate about American geography and stuff like that, so I really wanted to make this type of reaction. So I will be reacting as a French guy, European, and to like how those best states are looking. And yeah, let's see how each state ranks. So I guess it will be like mostly how dynamic one state is, or how rich and wealthy it is. But yeah, we'll see.
Number 10, Maryland. We don't talk much about Maryland on this channel. They normally don't come up unless we're talking about crime, stats, and then Baltimore's involved. Most people not.
This state, Maryland, is the state of Baltimore. That is crazy because Baltimore is like, if you know Detroit, then like, you know Baltimore is practically the same type of city with like lots of crime and really bad poverty. So it's surprising to see it here, but I guess it's because
the area
like,
don't
they
realize
have
that Maryland
type
isn't
of,
just Baltimore. Most people, they think
like Washington suburb or something like this.
Weird. Sure, if you're from that area, you don't think that way. For the pandemic, with tech jobs and wage growth, they were doing pretty good. We'll see how that pans out in the future. Maryland is ranked 22nd in crime, 26th in economy, 8th in healthcare.
Yeah, ranking good in education.
13th in education. Okay, yeah. That's not bad. Those are good
I'm
numbers.
That gives
them a total of 69.
Score 69. Okay.
Number 9.
You made something with scores. That's cool.
Minnesota. Minnesota's been in the news more than enough in the last year or so because of some bad things that have gone on there. For the most part, all that bad press has been going on in one place, Minneapolis. This has detracted from the...
Yeah, Minneapolis is like the place where... George Floyd was murdered by this crazy American officer in like mid-2020 last year. So lots of protests and like... yeah, big troubles happening in Minneapolis. So last year, but yeah, it's also a pretty good place if you like take away all this bad reputation it got last year.
That Minnesota is really a great state. Sure, your hands could get stuck to your steering wheel in December, and you can get some impressive snot icicles in January. Still a nice state. It's just very cold parts of the year. But statistically and in quality of life, Minnesota's a great place to live, especially if you like water in the form of ponds, rivers, creeks, and lakes. They got them everywhere. Give them a look. It also helps if you like the Minnesota Vikings and the color purple. That helps a lot too. They are ranked 16th in crime, 18th in economy, 10th in healthcare, and 17th in education, giving them a whopping score of 61.
Okay.
Number 8, Virginia. Virginia is over 400 years old, sort of. Small town celebration every weekend during non-pandemic days has some sort of...
I guess the reason which made like Virginia being on the top 10 is really because they have the proximity to Washington, and they benefit from like the rich elite living there, like working in Washington and living in Virginia, just like Maryland, I think. It's pretty much the
festival in Virginia, several probably, so you're not too far from one
people,
if you're just there to visit. Living there, you'll know all about them, and you'll love it. They are ranked 9th in crime, which is great, 25th in economy, 18th in health, and 7th in education, giving them a total score of 59. Number 7, Colorado. We talk about Colorado a lot on this channel. I love Colorado, and so do a lot of people according to the migration stats. Colorado has been consistently one of the most popular states for decades.
Damn, Colorado is a really pretty place, and they have this really cool city that is Denver. So yeah, overall it seems like a really good place. I'm surprised though they are not higher ranked in the list. But yeah, anyways, it's a really cool place.
Occasional deer, that is it, and a lot of dirt. Colorado ranks 29th in crime, 1st in economy, bravo Colorado, 12th in healthcare, and 11th in education. Those are not bad numbers.
surprising that they have so much crime. Sorry. Like 29th is under average state, so yeah, it's surprising.
A total of 53.
So the score,
number 6.
If you haven't understood, the score is like the addition of all the like rankings. So the lower the score, the better the state.
Vermont. If you ever have a chance to drive through
Vermont.
or take the Amtrak through the rural parts of Vermont, I would advise
it's really
it.
fun.
I wouldn't say life-changing, but it's just so nice. If you take the train, it's called the Vermonter, even though about a third of the trip goes through New Hampshire. And if you're about to say they have traffic, stop typing. If that's what you think, that Vermont has traffic, I invite you to leave that small town you live in Vermont and experience the world, Skippy, because Vermont does not have traffic. Someone tried to tell me that one time. I asked like 5 other people, I'm all, does Vermont have traffic? Have I missed something in my visits? And they're all, no, we have no traffic, unless there's construction. Anyway, Vermont ranks 2nd in crime. They have decent people there and not a lot of bad things going on, and that proves it right there. Crime is ranked 2nd in the nation. The economy is 29th, healthcare is 11th, and 8th in education. Vermont is a great state.
Good.
They get a score
Pretty
of 50.
good number. Okay.
Number 5, New Jersey. Now, I fell out of my when I realized the Garden State actually made a best state list. I mean, New Jersey is normally just associated with things like high taxes, super fun sites, spray tan, excessive use of hair products, and The Sopranos. But here they...
I often see that state like ranked on the top 10 worst states, so it's pretty surprising. Like it's a really highly taxed state and there are some places that are pretty criminal also, I know, like place that's called Camden. I've seen a couple of videos from it. It's pretty much a war zone, so
are knocking it out of the park with solid stats. I'm so proud of them. But in reality, I've never been a big fan of New Jersey. Other than my friend Renee, the state, I don't know, I just don't. I've never been a big fan of New Jersey. So yeah, this is of course the
New York skyline, and you can see from the New Jersey side. You also have a couple of decent skyscrapers in New Jersey. So that is cool.
Other than my friend Renee, the state, I don't know, I just don't like it. Oddly, it is one of the most moved out of states because of taxes and high cost of living. The good news is, if you move here, those taxes and cost of living might be worth it. They rank the 6th lowest crime rate in the nation, 31st in economy, 6th in healthcare, and they have the 2nd best education system in the nation, giving New Jersey a total score of 45.
Second best.
Everybody close your mouth. It's an odd one. Number 4, New Hampshire. Remember all that stuff I said about Vermont? Well, this is a copy-paste situation with New Hampshire. They're just a little better statistically. I mean, these states are right next to each other, and unless you're from that area, you probably never know you went into the other state. They're very similar. New Hampshire is the best in the country when it comes to the lowest crime rate. They're number 1, first place for New Hampshire. I guess people just don't like committing crimes there. They're 13th in economy, 16th in healthcare, and 5th in education. Those are great numbers. Their total score, 35. Good job, New Hampshire. Number 3, Utah. The Beehive State always seems to show up on best of lists. Park City, mountain biking, national parks, hiking, Lake Powell. There's a lot to do and a lot to love in Utah. They even have the Sundance Film Festival. The people are decent, they have jobs, and home ownership isn't terribly expensive in nice neighborhoods. If you like the outdoors, the stats might not even matter to you because you're probably already sold on Utah. But I'll give you the stats anyway. They're the 12th lowest crime rate, they have the 2nd best economy, 9th in healthcare, and 10th in education, which shocks me because Utah's kind of known for their education, and I thought they'd be lower. But
impressive, and it's a pretty good looking state, like really nice to live there, I guess. And I think this might be Salt Lake City, this place you can see with the drone footage. So yeah, it's a really cool place.
They're 10th. That's respectable.
With mountains in the background as well.
Just thought they'd be in the top 5. Number 2, Washington. The Evergreen State comes in at number 2. Bravo. And right now, there's a bunch of people pounding out their objections to this one. The fact is, Washington is a great place to live. It gets some weather some might not like, and then Seattle has its problems. that needs some work. But really, they have a great state that is very attractive to people
really
looking
cool.
for a new home.
Again,
or Bigfoot for that matter. Yeah, really, Bigfoot. They got a whole bunch of guys that are all over the woods looking for Bigfoot in Washington. Out there hiking in the woods, carrying a bunch of equipment around, all in search of...
Thing with Seattle as well, Seattle being like the big city in Washington, is that they have a great like high-tech scene. I think it's like the second biggest high-tech scene in the United States, behind San Francisco. Amazon, Starbucks, and surely a couple of other companies are located there, so it's a pretty popular place.
Its issues, and that's their biggest problem, is Seattle's got some crime issues. It's extremely expensive. They got a serious homeless situation going on up there.
Yeah,
if they could clean up Seattle, they could easily be the best state in the nation right now. But currently they are 15th in crime, 3rd in economy, 4th in healthcare, and 4th in education. Those aren't bad numbers, and they are number 2. Before we get to number 1, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, and go check his original video.
People always ask, what was number 11? Well, I'm
really
going to give
nice,
you number 11 and number 12
10,
today. Number 11 would have been Nebraska at 74, and Wisconsin at 80 would have been number 12. All right, on to number 1.
Number 1. Okay, my guess for number 1 will be Massachusetts, because they have like all these great universities, so they pretty surely will rank number 1 in education. But they also have a great economy with like many tech companies and clothing companies, like all the Tommy Hilfiger, all those like quite popular brands are located there. And it's overall a pretty dynamic place, so I quite much bet on
number
it.
1, Massachusetts.
Okay, yeah, it's Massachusetts.
If you live in Massachusetts, you probably saw this one coming. Maybe not if you're from Boston. They always seem pissy about everything. It's like if you're from Boston, you hate everything. 4th in crime, 7th in economy, 2nd in healthcare, and Massachusetts is number 1 in education. That gives them a total score of 14. That's great. Wow. I mean, number 2 was 26. They got 14. So there you have it. Massachusetts is your number 1 state for 2021. Now, obviously, some of you are going to say, well, this is too expensive, that's too expensive. And you're going to have different things.
By the way, yeah, tell me, since I'm French, I surely got a pretty bad accent, so tell me if like I say the names in a wrong way. But yeah, it was pretty interesting to know all this. I've watched a couple of episodes like this for years now, so that's why I know already a couple of stuff about many states. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, really go subscribe to my channel, of course, first, and then as well to World According to Briggs. He's making really nice videos like this, like I'll say twice per week, I think. So yeah, and thank you very much for watching, and see you soon to a new video.